Hi my dear parents, teachers and students. What happens to you when you enter a cluttered room? You open your cupboard, wardrobe and things are just scattered all around. You are looking for your handkerchief, you are not able to find it because it is scattered all around. The same thing happens when your mind is cluttered with various issues. In this episode, I am going to introduce you to two concepts: peripheral awareness on one side and attention, focus and concentration on the other side. You know, when you go for an eye test, they will check for your peripheral vision. For example, they will hold a finger in front of your eyes and ask you to trace the eyes, and they will ask you up to what extent you are able to see these fingers. Similarly, on the other side, right? Your ability to see an object which are not in front of you, it's called a peripheral vision. Especially this test is given to drivers. When you are driving a vehicle, you have to see things in front of you on the road. At the same time, have an eye on the rear view mirror and also on the back mirror, and you should continue to drive. This is peripheral vision. This is okay for driving, but in a classroom, you should have focus, attention and concentration, which is the next stage to peripheral awareness. What happens when a student enters the classroom? As he enters the classroom, he is able to see the classroom, the desk, right, various students. When he is observing the class, he is able to see the board, he is able to see the map, maybe there are certain pictures hanging, some charts are there. When the teacher enters, he is able to see everything. But when the teacher is writing something on the board, when the teacher is teaching a concept, you should be able to pick up only that portion which calls for his attention. When a teacher is writing a formula, the eye should be only there. This is what is called selective attention. This is very, very important in order that the subject which is taught enters the mind, and thus the long-term memory. So, peripheral awareness is different from focus, concentration and attention. I have seen in my experience, some students, they observe so keenly in the classroom that they don't need to prepare in the house. I have seen in my own experience when I was in the college, one of my friends who used to sit in the last row, backbencher, the so-called backbencher, and we used to sit in the very front row. I thought he's a backbencher, he will not be able to score marks, but it turned out that for every exam, he will be the first mark. So that is the difference between peripheral awareness, focus and concentration. Your ability to see many things, select a few things and focus on one thing. I will give an example. You know, in Mahabharata there is a story. Dronacharya takes his disciples along with Arjuna to a forest to give them a test. He places an image of a parrot on one of the branches of a tree. He calls his disciples, and the test is, with one single arrow, the student should aim and shoot the eye of that parrot, the doll. All the students try, they are not able to hit the eye accurately. Then he calls Arjuna. With one single attempt, he is able to aim and hit the eye of the parrot. The students are curious to know how did he alone do it. They asked the master, did he give him some extra coaching? For which Dronacharya gave a simple explanation. He called the other students one after the other. He asked one student and showed the parrot and asked, what do you see? The student says, I see a forest, I see a lot of trees, then I see a branch, then in one of the branches the parrot doll is sitting, then I see the neck of the parrot, then I see the eye. Each student describes what they are able to see this way. Then he calls Arjuna and he asks Arjuna, what do you see? You know the reply of Arjuna? He says, I see the eye of the parrot. While all the other students saw the forest, the trees, one tree, a doll is sitting, a parrot is sitting, and the whole parrot, the neck, and then the eyes. So, other students had peripheral awareness, whereas Arjuna had the focus, attention and concentration. This is very, very important. Now, the mind of a student is cluttered with a lot of things as he enters the classroom. Long ago, I am talking about 1970s beginning. In our college, we invited Gary Sobers, the legend cricketer. And lot of questions were asked to Gary Sobers. What is the secret of your success? And Gary Sobers replied, when a ball comes to me to bat, to strike, I am able to see the ball as big as a football. His ability to watch and see the ball accurately, his ability to see the ball spinning in which direction, that is very critical to strike, he says. So, my dear students, teachers and parents, train yourself to focus on one thing from many things, and that is possible only when you control the mind. Mindfulness training will give you that skill to observe keenly on one thing at a time. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe and press the bell button. If you have any comments, please post it in the comment box and I will try to reply. All the best. See you in my next episode.